Chief Secretary of the Uganda Episcopal Conference, and all the co-celebrants, Your Lordships, honorable members present here, friends, family, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, you are very welcome to this wonderful event. It is not easy to make a speech at such a moment about the kind of person that she was to each and every one of us, the nation and the world at large. Therefore, we only attempt to encapsulate, especially also that we are ahead of time, the many things that we know she has done as children, and we've heard and seen her do in the world. As we gather here today in profound sorrow, we also gather in gratitude to honor the life of a remarkable woman and a beloved mother. Reflecting on her life, we each knew her in different ways, and she had a unique relationship with every one of us here. So we are reminded not only of her extraordinary achievements, but also the warmth and love she shared with us. She was blessed with children, as you can see us here, and we are more. This is just the representative figure that we could bring. As you have heard, others are still at different events. Claire mentioned here is still dealing with the state to handle a few issues. But she had a special place in her heart for each and every one of us. Honorable Bitamazire, or Mama UPE as she was publicly known, was more than just a mother, an aunt, a grandmother, a great-grandmother. She was a beacon of hope and inspiration for countless individuals. Her presence radiated kindness and wisdom. Her commitment to education for all transformed lives across Uganda and beyond. She has had an illustrious career, as you all know, as an educationist, and probably that is how many of us have known her. At first, most of what stands out was her role as the first Ugandan headmistress of Toro Girls' School as the Canadians were exiting. And many of you here could be old girls or have married old girls of Toro Girls' School. She broke barriers and paved the way for future generations of women in education. Her dedication to teaching extended far beyond the classroom. She became an inspector of schools, an education commissioner, deputy chairperson of the Teaching Service Commission. Then many of us know her, including we the children. Many of my younger siblings have only known Mommy as honorable because they were born when she was in service of government as minister, state minister, and so on. That's why sometimes we call her Mama Honorable. So she's worked tirelessly advocating for quality education and equal opportunities. She championed the causes of women and was president of the National Association of Women Organizations of Uganda, member of FAWODE and others, ensuring that every girl child had a chance outside the kitchen. In her role as a member of Parliament of Greater Ampigi and later Tambala, her voice resonated with the aspirations of her constituents. She fought for progress, championing policies that uplifted the marginalized and empowered the youth. Her contributions to education were not merely professional, they were deeply personal. as she mentored many and fostered a love of learning that will continue to flourish long after her departure. Honorable Bitamazire's impact reached far beyond Uganda's borders. As a Minister of Education, at one time she was also the Director of the East African Harbours, representing Uganda and based in Mombasa. So she has really championed a lot. She shared her insights and expertise, advocating for communities to prosper worldwide. Therefore, her legacy is woven into the very fabric of our society, touching lives in ways we may never fully comprehend. As we lay her to rest, let us celebrate a life well lived, a life dedicated to service, love, and education. Let us honor her memory by continuing her work, nurturing the minds of future generations, and embodying the values she instilled in each of us: compassion, perseverance, commitment, integrity, and honesty. She was about to conclude her autobiography. Actually, we had a discussion with her on the 13th about that. She was doing the final edits. And she had promised me the manuscript in 2 weeks. But the next day, she could not pen anything. We promised to see her work completed so that hopefully we can launch it on the 17th of July, which should have been her 85th birthday. To us who knew her as Mommy or Mommy Honorable, as we sometimes called her, she was gentle, a disciplinarian, a listener and counselor, a person of integrity, and one who was always ready to light other candles and lift others up. Because she believed, like is said already, that a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. You only make the room brighter. And we rise by lifting others. The more you help, the higher you go. And that's what she did. She loved us all, but it was always tough love. So we never grew the different flares. That's why many of you could be surprised that we were her children. So she had that special gift, and she focused on what was important, and she supported all who needed her help in one way or another, and in all walks of life. And whoever interacted with her picked something. So that is the Mommy. She has fought a fair share of health battles, as you've known. She's been a cancer survivor. She's been 13 years post-cancer treatment, so she was really cured. She's been 20 years post-diabetes, so she really overcame the diabetes, and many others. And she always talked about her 100th birthday. But something must have upset her that gave her a heart attack on that day, on that fateful night. And unfortunately, she was not able to be reanimated. So we thank the Lord for her illustrious life. And I would like to thank the doctors that have been working for her health and have given her many useful years, especially after her retirement. Dr. Otiti, an ENT surgeon, Dr. Stephen Tendo, an anesthesiologist, Dr. Amy Okello, a cardiologist, Francis Muhunza, a neurosurgeon, Raymond Mwebaze, a physician, Professor Romano Garuhanga, a gynecologist, and many others. Thank you so much for the selfless love and care and the professional touch you gave our mother. I also would like to thank the church that have loved her so much. And I would like to thank the government that gave Mommy a stage to play. And it's good that she used it well, and that's why probably many of us are here. We thank the friends and family for the financial, material, moral, and spiritual support over the years. Claire has been thanked, and you can never thank her enough. And to our dear mother, and everything you are, each one of us, we thank you for the unwavering love and support. Your spirit will forever guide us. You've been a role model. When you meet the Almighty Father, may you proudly recite the words of Apostle Paul to Timothy. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Rest in peace. Thank you.